I walked into my son's backyard carrying a homemade peach cobbler, thinking I was walking into warmth. Instead, I heard a laugh, then a question sharp enough to shatter bone. Why is she even still alive? That single sentence wasn't just a wound, it was a detonation that ended one life and began another. This is the 4,000-word truth about how a mother stopped simply existing and started truly living. It was a scorcher of a Saturday, but the air was sweet with that late summer promise. I had that peach cobbler tucked in a checkered towel, still piping hot. I was walking up the driveway, feeling that familiar, slightly anxious buzz, the one you get when you're showing up unannounced, hoping you're a big deal and not a burden. See, I needed that visit. I needed the loud greeting, the "Mom, we missed you." I needed to feel relevant. I pictured my grandkids running up, the daughter-in-law Jody giving me a quick hug. I was showing up to serve a piece of myself, literally, hoping it was enough to buy me a seat at the table. I was a woman desperate to be needed, and that desperation had made me blind. I was just about to push the little wooden gate when the noise hit me. It wasn't loud, just crystal clear. Laughter first, that high, brittle kind. Then Jody's voice, dropping the bomb with casual cruelty. Why is she even still alive? My blood ran colder than a frozen margarita. I knew exactly who she was. My hands didn't shake. They went numb, holding that heavy glass dish steady. It was the follow-up, though, that truly gutted me. Another snicker, another voice shrugging. She's a drama queen, always hanging around. That's when the old me died, right there on the concrete slab, holding a dessert no one wanted. My brain went into emergency mode. I had two choices, bolt and hide, or walk through that fire with my head up. I chose fire. I pushed the gate open and walked in like I was a Roman emperor making an entrance. I made eye contact with the group by the grill, my son, his wife, and two couples I didn't recognize. Nobody looked guilty. They just looked annoyed, like I was interrupting. I want to be crystal clear here. There is a Grand Canyon between helping and enabling. I was enabling. I was so busy trying to be the good parent that I never taught them the meaning of accountability or effort. Unlimited availability doesn't breed love. It breeds entitlement and ultimately contempt. When you solve all their problems and smooth all their wrinkles, they never have to respect the source of the help. They only respect the absence of their inconvenience. They didn't value the giver. They valued the gift. This is the core truth you need to write down. When you make yourself constantly small to fit into someone else's world, they will eventually wonder why you exist at all. The "why is she even still alive" wasn't a random mean thought. It was the natural conclusion of years of my own self-erasure. It was the ultimate disrespect that my own lack of self-respect had called in. It was a wake-up call, but it felt like an execution. I watched them eat my cobbler. They talked about work, about some bougie vacation they were planning. I was an observer, not a participant. After 20 minutes, I stood up. No dramatic goodbye, no passive-aggressive comments. I simply said, "I got a jet." No one looked up, not even my son. I left the empty dish on the table, walked out the gate, and got in my car. The engine started, and I pulled onto the street. The words, "Why is she even still alive?" played on a loop in my head. It was time to drive home and face the music. It was time to find my rock bottom, and trust me, it was a deep, dark hole. That drive home was the quietest 20 minutes of my entire life. I wasn't weeping, I was frozen. It wasn't rage that... We're going deep dish now. You have to break the old habit loop. Trigger, loneliness or guilt. Routine, calling them or offering a service. Reward, a temporary feeling of usefulness. The new loop is this. Trigger, loneliness. New routine, go paint, go for a walk, call a supportive friend, or work on your new side hustle. New reward, independent pride and competence. That old feeling of usefulness was a cheap substitute for self-worth. You don't need to be used to have worth. You are a whole package, even if you're not serving anyone a damn thing. It takes 66 days to form a new habit. You will feel guilt. You will want to regress. Fight it like your life depends on it, because honestly, it does. Discipline, focus. When I started setting boundaries, my son and Jody threw a hissy fit. They tried to guilt me. "We thought you cared about the family," they'd say. I learned the power of the no apology life. I didn't explain. I didn't defend. I simply stated my reality. I have a prior commitment. I didn't elaborate that the prior commitment was learning how to mix a perfect shade of Prussian blue. Explaining gives them a chance to argue. Stating your reality forces them to accept it. You owe them an explanation for your absence only if you owe them your entire life. You don't. Calm resolve. Confidence. You have to accept that your personal growth might make others uncomfortable. Their discomfort is not your problem. It's a sign that you are moving from a supporting role to the lead role in your own darn movie. They will test you. They will try to pull you back into the old drama. They will try to make you feel bad about being happy. They can't stand it when you find joy that doesn't involve them. This is the ultimate proof that your happiness was always contingent on their needs. You have to anticipate this and plan your response. I decided that my response would be simple. I wish I could, but I'm busy. Maybe next month. No anger, no bitterness, just genuine, simple unavailability. The goal is to make your absence an unremarkable fact of their life, not a source of dramatic tension. You're not being mean, you're being mature.